Hey there friends, and welcome into today's video where we're doing something a little bit different, just a little bit, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how to put this onto that, and I am going to show you guys how to grip tape a board properly and not try to do it in a oneer. But there will be a video for a one, like how to do it in a oneer without, messing up the board. So today's video is going to be all about showing you the little intricacies of, grip taping a board. So let's get into it, let's jump into it, and yeah, we'll just start right now. So guys, as you can see, we have our grip tape and we have our deck. Now, if you can't tell from this camera angle, which you might not be able to, I'm not sure how this is going to come out on video, but this is a lot bigger than this. So I have one very unique problem, and that is the trucks might not fit this. So I'm going to figure that out later on, but I think I can get away with it, but I will tell you guys after I skate it. In the next video that I do, I will let you guys have a little update on how this board is doing and stuff like that. So, as you can see, it's still in its wrapper. We are riding a 8.25 deck. I had to remember what size it was because it was either an 8 or an 825. If you're a beginner, really quickly, I would recommend an 8 because you don't have to worry about, the flip of the board or anything like that, right? So, we're going to start here. We're going to start with cutting open the wrapper. Now, there are maybe 2 or 3 tools that you need, depending on if this is your first board or not. So, if this is your first ever board and you're grip taping it first time for yourself, 3 things I would recommend. A Stanley blade, which, again, maybe get a proper holder, don't do it always the way that I'm doing it, but you can do it the way I'm doing it, and I'm going to show you guys the safe way of how to do it with just the blade. Which is basically cut away from you or cut to yourself when it's needed. I'll show you guys the tricks that I use anyway. And the second thing you need, maybe, is a skate tool for one specific thing. A skate tool works, or if you don't have a skate tool, I'm going to put this back down over here. The other thing you might need is a screwdriver. Now, there is a very specific use for this, and I will show you guys that later on in the video. There's actually 2 uses for it. So, we'll put this to one side and put the skate tool. I will grab the Stanley blade again, and basically what I'm going to do here, obviously it's a new board, so you cut the plastic off, right? Always start at the top and follow the concave down. You don't have to go all the way down. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can hear how smooth that's cutting, but it's cutting pretty smooth because this is a fresh blade. Always cut with a fresh blade, by the way, guys. I learned that mistake a long time ago. To cut with a fresh blade, and, I still kind of... Ooh, that's nice. Sorry. This is my first skateboard from Heroin Skate Co. or Skateboards or Skate Company. But I'm not sure if this is going to show up on camera. But if you actually, yeah, it's not gonna, wait, it might. If you see these little ridges here, that's a brick effect on the actual board. That's actually kind of sick. I kind of like that. Not gonna lie. That will be an interesting thing for when I actually start skating it though, because that can be a different thing. So next, I guess, we get the Jessup grip tape. Now, I've got Jessup, you can have Mob, you can have whatever. This was free. Most skateboards, especially in the UK, I'm not sure about the America side, I think it is, but you get certain grip tapes for free with any board that you get because, common courtesy. So, next thing we want to do with this is actually get our friend Stanley back. And yes, I have called the knife Stanley. And basically what we want to do is we want to cut this tape here. We don't want to cut the actual grip tape, we want to cut the tape that's holding the grip tape in the circle. And then that didn't work. And then unfold it like a scroll, like we're reading a scroll, like, you know, editor, put something quick on there, it's quick and smart. Well done. Thank you. What you want to do is you do this and you just curl it a bit, right? You curl it the opposite way. A little bit. Now, this is harder to do for me because of my tattoo, as you guys can see right on my arm there. Because that is 3-4 days old, I think, at this point. I can't remember. I got it on Tuesday and I'm recording it on Saturday, so maybe more than 4 days. But basically, what you want to do is make sure that this is going to cover the board first, but what you want to try and do before you take this backing tape bit off, and this is harder to do on my legs because I'm kind of sitting at an incline here, so I'm going to actually cross my legs a bit and sit up a bit more straight. Now, what you want to do here is give yourself about fingertips clearance of space on each side. It doesn't have to be even. Anyone who says it has to be even doesn't know what they're talking about. It's better to have it even, yes, but it's not necessary, right? Just trust me on that one. So, yep, mine's is pretty centered about now. So, if I remember to put it there, we should be fine. Now, this is the difficult part. Now, the way I like to compare this to, or what I like to compare this to, is like laying down wallpaper. So only take off a little part at a time. Now, what I want to do here is probably try and get this as, oh, now I've already made a mistake. Can you guys tell what it is? So, I want to slightly move this up. And I just made that worse for myself. So now I want to make sure that I've got plenty clearance on this side. Now, there's a reason I'm leaving a bigger gap on this side. And you guys will see why in a minute. But, as you're doing this, the next thing you want to do is get rid of any air bubbles before you put it down. And that is why I'm telling you guys to do this like it's wallpaper, because you can get it a bit better of a look if you treat it like wallpaper and only put out certain parts and get the air bubbles out as quick and as clear as possible. I'm no professional at this. I will have you reminded of that in a very quick second. But what we want to do here... Now, if I did have an air bubble in here somewhere, which actually I don't, if you guys can tell, I've not put this the most even, but, you know, we don't mind about that. And this is going to make it harder for me to cut because this side is a lot closer to the board. Now, I may have to do this all in the one, and I'm not sure if I will, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Because, now, I tend to put it on unevenly for more reasons than one. A, because it saves me time worrying about it being too even. B, because I can deal with the little bit that I mess up. So, next thing, and I know how to fix it, don't worry. Now, I'm also doing this as a teaching moment just to show you guys why it is important a little bit to, you know, actually put it on evenly. There, that's what we'll go with. Anyway, one sec. So, I told you guys that we needed the screwdriver or the skate tool for a reason. Now, this is going to be loud for your ears. So, warning headphone users, and editor, try and turn it down a little bit. Thank you. So now what we're going to do, now I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do before I start it, because you might not hear me over this. So basically what we do is we find where our board is, start in roughly the middle, and then we're going to go left to right, left to right, left to right, and basically make the shape all the way around. So now, I would take your headphones out. Now, I'm glad that I have my headphones in with music playing. Alright, so 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm going to do this as an example here. Now, the more times you make this outline, like once you do it all the way around, obviously, the more you make this and go over it like a heap of times and a bunch of times, the easier it's going to be for you to cut your perfect shape. So I'm going to change over to the skate tool because I think it works better for me because I have more of a grip. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue this and you guys are going to not have fun with this. So I do apologize for that. Now, actually maybe not. I'm going to use a screwdriver because it's easier to maneuver with this. Okay, and now we have done that, we should be good to start cutting. Now this is where we grab our Stanley again. Now this is harder for me to show you guys, but I'm going to try my best here. Now what you want to do is take a corner, probably if you've put it on unevenly, your shortest corner into the board. And now what you want to do is just make a cut to the board and do that for everything. So like obviously I'm going to do it over here as well. So this is where it becomes hard. Now this is why I tell you guys to put it on evenly, because this bit is a way to be a pain for me to cut a section into. Now I've made that cut. That's going to be a whole section on its own. Now I'm going to flip it, and this is actually going to be maybe the harder part to do, because again, now when you're doing this, as you can see, you know, I'm a trained professional and I know what I'm doing, so do not copy exactly what I'm doing. If you have to do a bit where you have to have 2 fingers in the blade between the fingers, get someone else to hold the paper straight or something, because this can be very dangerous. Or you can do it like this and always make sure that it's off your leg, like I just didn't, but you know. So now what you want to do, see this outline that you made earlier? You just want to follow the blade. Now the easiest way to do this is on an actual workbench, but because we don't have one, we have to cut it like so. Now, if I can get a good camera angle here, that would help. But basically, what I'm doing is holding the flat of the blade against the board so that it just cuts nice and smooth, like so. Now, I already fucked up because, and there is a big because I cut too close to the board. Now, this isn't an issue for me because I actually like this little bit here off the nose and the tail. So it's not a massive, horrible issue. But for someone who likes an evenly cut board and a perfectly cut board, it will annoy them. We're going to try and take this slow and steady and fix it. And basically, as we go along this cut, again, if you do have a Stanley knife holder, I would recommend using it. I just prefer to do it this way because it's more fun. And I get to mess with people's worry for me. You guys know who you are. See? Perfect. Now, we're going to keep this unrolled just now. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up this edge. Just a little tad. Now, it doesn't have to be a perfect cleanup job, right? So I'm just going to do that for this whole edge that I've cut. And basically, I'm just going to lift this a little bit each way. Now, this is where it gets tedious. So I will be back with you guys in about half an hour. If you are doing it my way, again, take your time. Don't rush anything. Because you make mistakes or you'll end up releasing the blade too early. And that can, you know, mess up your wrist, life, everything. So now that I'm here, I am going to try and do this the safe way. Now, I probably should have used the other side to demonstrate the safe way. Because this isn't. Nah, the safest way is really to kind of cut towards yourself, but be careful. Now, again, if you're a beginner, get your parents to do this. If you're a child and you're a beginner, get your parents to do this. Because, yeah, just don't do this. This is a way to, you know, find a quick way to meet Stan Lee. Just in the most simplest of senses. Again, I want to stress this. Never grip your first ever board. Because you want to see how it's done right. Also, if you want to know how it's done right, don't watch my video. I know that's a bit late in the video now to say that, but, you know, I had to get you guys to... Again, this is my, like, third board I've ever gripped. Second board. So I'm still getting a feel for it, really. Because there is little tricks and tips that I just haven't quite learned yet. I've done one board in a winner without making a mistake, and it was pure luck and pure skill at the same time. So basically, what we've done here is we've kind of smoothed out the board along this top edge here. Again, editor Artemis, please zoom in here. So as you can see, I've still got a little bit to do, but I'm going to go do that. We have now got our board. But I know, you're asking, where do the bolts go? Now, my friends, that is what I'm going to show you my next little trick. And this is why we keep the screwdriver around. Now, what we want to do is, as you can see here, this one doesn't fit. Never mind. So, there's two ways we can do this. We can use the blade again, and we can use the actual bolts. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to use both, but I'm going to go and do the Stanley knife first. And basically, all you do is not be an idiot. And remember that it's a lot harder to do the thing without the bolts. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm reuse the Stanley knife later with the bolt method. So, guess who's a way to show you guys also how to, you know, take a skateboard apart. Well, take the trucks off of a board. The full setup tutorial video will be coming soon. I don't know how soon, but soon. Basically, quick lesson in truck dismemberment, or trucks disassembling. Basically what you want to do is hold it here with the bottom of, you know, your T-tool, or if you don't have a T-tool, you can use pliers or anything like that. But I'm doing this based on the assumption that you have a skate tool. So, apologies if you don't. If you don't, I will leave a link down below to a skate tool that I recommend, a T tool and a Y tool, and I will leave that link down below. So we only really need one of these, right? So basically what we do is, if you see here where the truck actually go, and again I will show you guys here just to, you know, it's kind of hard for you guys to see, I know, but basically once that's in like that, you can either take this very slowly or you can just pop it in. Now what that will do is obviously make a hole. So, and it's going to leave a messy hole. Now we don't always want a messy hole, right? Don't. So now what we do is, now I'm just going to go and do these all with the bolt very quickly for you guys, just so you guys don't have to keep watching me hammering a bolt. Very quickly, actually, I am dismembering the board more for a reason, and you guys will see that in a second. But quick reminder here, I do stream over on Twitch and I do stream over on YouTube, over on this channel on YouTube. Same name over on Twitch, or if I've changed my name by now, which I don't think I have, it is Artemis Eternal. Now, I did just mention a quick name change, but that's only for the YouTube channel, so do not worry about that just now. Just a little soft, shall we say, reboot of the channel and what this channel means to me and stuff like that. But I'm just going to show you guys very quickly how to do this whole like bolt snapping process and stuff. Well, not bolt snapping, but you guys know what I mean, like how to put the bolts in very quickly. Smack the truck down onto the board all at the same time, not over his leg, obviously. Then you would be right. Now that is the quick way to do it. And the quick way isn't always the best way, and it's also not the cleanest way, because we end up with a very messy hole. Now that was my nose, so this is my nose here. So I need to put all these in here. Now, actually, I got pretty lucky with these. I don't have to do much cleanup. Damn, that's one done. So now we'll go on to the second one. And yeah, let's get this second one done. See, look at that. Now, my wheels aren't the cleanest, as you can probably tell, but that is our board. So that's what it looks like on the front. That's what it looks like on the back. And that is what it will look like in a few months. Anyway, yeah, we're going to retire the old board. This is going to become a project board for the channel. Once I get some stuff, I'm going to clean the Griptape, and then I'm going to sand this down. And this is basically a plan for a whole video. I'm going to sand this down, and then we're going to respray paint it. We're going to maybe try and fix this razor tail. This is going to be a pure project board for fun. I may make this into my cruiser, but it's not quite the size I like for cruiser boards. But we'll have a look, and yeah, we're going to have some fun with this. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I know this was maybe a bit longer of a video, and yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, see you guys later. Peace.